Have you ever wondered what the goal of your thoughts are? Your thoughts are not reality. Your thoughts are interpretations, beliefs, representations of reality. The goal of your thoughts is to make sense of the world in order to survive, not to perceive reality in an accurate way, but to survive. This is the most important thing to the human mind. So your thoughts aren't reality. What does this actually mean? It means that for everything that we perceive of, we like to give it a label so that we can make sense out of it, categorize it, determine whether it's useful or not for our survival, and then just do whatever we want afterwards. So this water bottle right here, if we examine this directly, there isn't actually a water bottle here. And you can do this with any object or anything in general. You can do this with your hand. If we actually look at our hand directly, there's no real thing called a hand here. The only place where you find what you call a hand is in your head. Because here, in the present moment, we only find our perceptions of reality. We see, hear, smell, taste, feel. We don't find anything other than experience. Only in your mind do you find something other than direct experience. You find a map of reality. You find, of course, thoughts, beliefs, interpretations, representations of reality, not reality itself. Reality itself is something different from what you think it is. Because the goal of your thoughts, once again, is not to perceive reality as it is, it's to perceive reality in order to make sense of it so that you can determine what's useful and what isn't useful to your survival. So the goal of your mind is survival. So when we have a hand or a water bottle or a pen or a pencil or a tree or another person, Lucas, our mind isn't perceiving things very clearly. It's constantly filtering reality through our beliefs, through our interpretations of it, through all the meanings that we give it. And attached to those beliefs, interpretations, representations, all the ideas in our head, there is an emotional attachment to it. And that emotional component really makes it seem real. That's why people love their beliefs so much. That's why people will kill for their beliefs. They'll fight over them. That emotional component really makes your mind's thoughts seem like it is reality, but it isn't. Your mind likes to tell stories about reality, but it isn't very interested in perceiving reality directly. So hand, let's go back to hand. Hand is a label for a certain aspect of our experience. Same thing with water bottle, pen, pencil, cup, anything, tissue, guitar, tree. We have a particular thing that we're perceiving, and then our mind likes to attach a label to that thing so that it can categorize it, it can create a sense of familiarity with that thing, it can determine whether or not it's dangerous or if it's safe, whether or not it's useful to our survival, whether or not it's useless to our survival. This is what's going on in the background. This is all the unconscious stuff that's just happening without your awareness. All you're really doing is saying, hey, it's a tree. Hey, it's a video. Hey, it's Lucas talking about whatever it is he's talking about now. So why does this even matter? Why am I even saying any of this? Because to confuse reality for your thoughts for the rest of your life is rather painful. You miss out on the actual direct experience of life. You miss out on the felt experience of it. You miss out on the sensory experience of it, which is the most opening and enlivening thing. Not that thoughts are bad. Thoughts are perfectly fine. Thoughts are very useful. Love thoughts. It's just that we don't really have much awareness around them. Our mind's chattering all day, but how often do you just tune into them and just witness them rather than get lost in them? Most people are completely lost in their thoughts 24/7, and they really believe them to just be reality. But of course, I'm saying they're not. I'm saying that you for yourself can notice this as well. You don't have to believe what I'm saying. Everything that I'm saying here is done through direct observation and direct experience. I have no interest in beliefs. My beliefs are worthless. Sorry to say, but your beliefs are worthless too. They're not going to help you very much here in the realization that your thoughts are not reality. So if you just observe your mind, you just observe yourself in general, you can see that you perceive something. There's no label there. There's no label of hand there, right? You perceive something. It's just raw, direct experience. And then your mind is very dominating. It really likes to come in there, hand, skin, flesh, bone, atoms, molecules, skin cells, biology. Your mind really likes to take over and really get involved in the experience. And this is a pretty interesting phenomenon because that exact impulse to get so involved with our experience and dominate it is the exact reason why we misperceive it. It's us just needing to manipulate reality, control it, and try and fit it into our interpretations of it. So any concept you have is not reality. It's a construct. It's something your mind has invented. And I can understand if this is a very confusing video for many, but it's something that you just gotta observe over and over and over again. I promise you it's not just craziness, even though, yes, it can definitely sound like craziness. It's something that's very real and very observable to any person who has a sincere intention to just see what's really going on. So just watch your mind constantly label everything, and then just notice that those labels are not found in the external world. They're not found in reality. They're found in your mind. It's incredibly simple. I'm not trying to convey a very complicated message here. I'm trying to convey something very, very simple. Something so simple that we all take it for granted. We all overlook it. Just that a thought simply is not the experience you're having. It's not the direct experience. So every time you have a thought in your head of Lucas or your spouse, your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, friend, cup, tree, pig, dog, whatever, goose, right? It's not that we stop using concepts. They're very important for conveying a message. They're fun too. You can have a lot of fun with them. It's just that start noticing that that's just not what reality actually is. You don't find any of those labels in the actual world. You just find direct experience, whatever that actually is, without labels, without your emotional attachment to your beliefs about what that thing is. You just find raw experience as it is, unfiltered. You don't find your beliefs in the actual world outside of your mind. You find your beliefs, thoughts, ideas, interpretations, representations, preferences, biases. You only find that in your own mind. And just really like do the investigation yourself. Do you find a label in the external world? Try and find it. Try and find an actual thing out here called your hand. Where is the hand? Is it here? Is it here? Which specific cell would it be? And we're already going too far by even mentioning cells and all this stuff. In the external world, you're only going to find perceptions. You're only going to find appearances. And every appearance has no real name to it. Every appearance is what it is. It's just our mind wants to come in and it wants to complicate experience. Our mind just really wants to have reality figured out. It really wants to grasp reality and have it right in its little conceptual matrix. But reality just doesn't work like that. It's impossible to encapsulate reality into any belief of any kind, any thought, any model, because reality is not a model. Reality is not a thought. Reality is not a belief. If you are confused about this, you can book a free call with me. Link is down below. I have no problem helping anyone for free to just become a little bit more conscious of how their mind is functioning and how it's creating quite a lot of suffering through this exact mechanism that I'm talking about.